Welcome back to another Trade Journal video. This is Trade Journal number 55. Before I jump into this week's trades, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of my trades. So jumping into the only trade that I had for this week, it was on APPS. And what I had on APPS was a covered call. So I own 100 shares right here at this blue line, which is at the $72 strike price. And I sold a call a week ago at this $72 mark, and as you can see, price has stayed below $72, so this option will expire worthless and I get to keep the max profit of $35 on this. I didn't place any other trades last week because I didn't see anything that I wanted to take a trade on, and this short week it's been kind of hard to decide what positions to take, so kind of going into next week, I'm just going to see how things open on Monday, and then from there I'll decide what trades to take for that week, and hopefully we'll see some good setups. Since I don't have a lot of trades for this week, I'm going to jump into some positions that I'm currently looking at and possibly going to take trades on next week, or maybe play them for longer term positions. The first one that I'm looking at is Peloton. So Peloton has recently started moving up a bit. Kind of on the news of its new clothing line. I think it has the potential to kind of run up to 120, and then if it breaks 120, maybe even get up to 127 and around that area. So I might try to get into a poor man's covered call or just a regular covered call on Peloton, depending on how things open up on Monday. The other position that I am looking at is on Apple. Given the news that came out today regarding the ruling against their App Store, you can see that Apple took a major hit because the App Store is a large part of their revenue. So I'm going to wait for this to stabilize. I think it can drop even further given how much revenue the App Store produces for Apple. And then once it stabilizes, maybe then jumping into a poor man's covered call or just buying shares for the long run. I may look to see if there are any setups we can play on the way down, but again, depends on how things open on Monday, and this seems like a pretty strong area of resistance for Apple to break through, but if it can break through here, then I could see this going a lot further. Some of the other positions I'm looking at are Roblox, so RBLX. Pretty recent IPO relative to some other stocks, but I kind of like the overall business and kind of how they're growing as a company, so definitely one that I'll keep an eye on. This one, a little bit more interested on a cash secured put, maybe around this level or a little bit tighter, and then holding them for the long run. I'm also looking at Target. Target had a massive run up and then somewhat recently pulled back, and this seems like it could be a good area to start getting into a long-term position on Target. So I'm thinking the max expiration options, trying to buy some of those and then holding that for the long run. But again, I want to see how price stabilizes in this area before deciding what trade to take. And the last one that I'm looking at possibly for next week is AMD. So AMD has pulled back a bit, and this red line was kind of where I had my last position. I want to see if AMD holds above this 103 level, and then if it does, I will try to get back into AMD and see if we can ride it back up. So all in all for this week, total profit was only $35, but we'll see how things open up next week, and based on that, I will add some trades. If you have any stock suggestions or want to hear my analysis on any other positions, let me know down below in the comments, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave those there as well. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next week.